Good morning, Dr. Selvi and fellow students. My name is Kunisu Songla, and today I am presenting my analysis for HLT 201, Styles of Writing. My topic is the illusion of cosmopolitanism in a cafe. Based on the works of O. Henry, we often think of ourselves as modern, global citizens. But today, we will look at how literature changes That idea. This presentation was prepared for May 27, 2026, to explore how a writer's style can reveal deep truths about our identity and where we truly belong. To understand the story, we must first understand the man who wrote it. O. Henry was a master of the short story. Known for his unique literary style, he specialized in irony, humor, and especially the twist ending, where the story finishes in a way you never expected. That is twist ending. His writing is rooted in realism, meaning he wrote about everyday people in ordinary places, like the one I am analyzing today, a cosmopolitan in a cafe or on the streets and all that. But he found the extraordinary emotions hidden within those common settings. The story we are analyzing today, A Cosmopolitan at Cafes, takes place during a simple conversation in a city cafe. It introduces us to a man who proudly claims to be a cosmopolite. This man tells everyone that he doesn't belong to any one city or country. Instead, he insists he belongs everywhere in the world. However, as the conversation continues, he accidentally reveals a very deep emotional attachment to his specific hometown. This sets up the central conflict of the narrative. But what exactly is cosmopolitanism? By definition, cosmopolitanism is the idea that a person belongs to the whole world rather than one specific nation or culture. A cosmopolite, a cosmopolitan person feels like a global citizen rather than a member of a specific nation or culture. They show cultural openness and international identity. They believe they have moved past the small-minded ideas of local pride or nationalism. In this story, the main character uses this idea to make himself seem more intellectual and superior to others because he believes he belongs to the whole world rather than being a person from one specific country or provinces in the world. My central argument today is that O. Henry uses irony and emotional revelation to prove that global identity cannot completely erase local identity. No matter how much we try or travel to, to how many countries in the world internationally, we think we are who we think we are, we remain emotionally connected to our roots and our homeland. O. Henry suggests that our home is not just a place on a map, but a part of our heart that we cannot simply switch off just because we want to see we wanted others to see us as people from other places. Still, it remains in us the place that we truly belong. The illusion here is the man's pretense. He spends the whole story he spends the whole story acting as if he belongs everywhere. He actively rejects nationalism and laughs at people who are attached to their local towns. His attitude appears very intellectual and sophisticated to those listening to him. He wants people to see him as a man of the world who is above the simple emotions of patriotism. He creates a mask of globalism to hide his true self. So This person creates a mask to hide his true self of where he truly belongs. The turning point of the story happens when his hometown is mentioned. Suddenly, his sophisticated mask slips and his emotions change completely. This shows that emotional attachment remains a powerful force that we cannot control. Even though we claim to be a citizen of the world, his emotions or his memory and identity are still connected to his birthplace, where he was brought up by his parents. This proves that you can take a man out of the town, but you cannot take the town out of the man. Or let's say you can take a person out of his villages or out of his province, out of his country, but you cannot take that person out, that place, that country, or the town that he belong out of that person. O. Henry uses two specific types of irony to deliver his message. Number one, situational irony, and number two, character irony. Situational irony occurs because we expect a world citizen to stay calm about local matters, but he does the opposite. Number two, character irony. Character irony is seen in the man himself. He brags about um, having no home, yet he fights to defend the honor of his home. These two types of irony work together to show the gap between who the man says he is and who he actually is. This brings us to the major themes, which is patriotism and belonging. The story explores a natural love for the homeland and the feeling of the memories of the past when you are still at your place, your village, your hometown, or your country. It shows that our emotional roots and pride in our origins are often stronger than our intellectual ideas. Even when we try to be modern, we still feel a pull towards our beginning, like something like gravity at our back, pulling us back to our origin. Belonging isn't about where you are standing right now, it is about where your heart feels most at peace, where you feel you are safe from the threats of the world. This story is incredibly relevant today in our age of globally advanced citizens of the world. We live in a world of migration, people traveling from one place to another now and then or every day. International education, people travel overseas for doing further studies overseas, and social media cultures. People, we want to be socialized in everyday activity that we are doing, where we are constantly exposed to different cultures. We try to build multicultural identities and, and be global. We want to be global. However, the tension between our global lives and our local roots is still something many of us um, feel every day, especially those of us studying far from our home village or towns. Like those of us, we leave our place and come to study here in University of Goroka. We feel that we need to go back to our place, so we pray that semester breaks must come as fast as so that we can go back to our place, enjoy whatever we have in our hometown and village. To make these points, O. Henry uses several literary devices. He uses dialogue to show the man's fake sophistication. He uses symbolism to present the uh, world versus the whole. His use of characterization helps us to see the man's internal struggle within the man himself. And finally, his realism ensures that the cafe setting feels like a place where we like We all uh, have been there, making the message more relatably to the audience. So it's like it's more realism. Uh, the this story. Now, if we look at this through a critical theory, we can discuss terms like identity and hybridity. Hybridity is the mix of being both global and local at the same time. The theory helps us to understand the conflict between global and local identity. Most readers find themselves emotionally connected to the man because dictionary. Deep down, we all share that same idea of home. We feel that we need to go to our home when we are somewhere um, apart from our home, or apart from our hometown or place or villages. And then, and the need to belong somewhere specific, need to belong somewhere specific. In conclusion, cosmopolitanism in this story is shown to be partly an illusion. As human beings, we remain emotionally tied to our roots, no matter how much we travel. While a global identity is possible, it must coexist within or with our local identity. We don't have to choose between being a citizen of the world and being a son or daughter of our homeland. We are always a little bit of both. So to be um, rooted emotionally, we are tied to our roots. So no matter how much we travel overseas or travel from one place to another, we still think of our homeland as something that we need to go back to that place. We need to go and stay to that particular place because we think we truly belong to this place. And even though globalization or um, being a cosmopolite is possible, we must have both. We must be both um, local and cosmopolite and attached to our roots as well. Now, I would like to open the floor with some questions for everyone to just answer by yourself. Can anyone truly become a citizen of the world, or is that impossible? Why do you think people remain so attached to their homeland even after many years away, like away from their homeland, being in overseas or other parts of that same country, other parts of the provinces and all that? Does globalization weaken our local cultures, or does it make our local identity more important to hold onto in the modern world? These are the questions that I will just leave that on the floor for you to answer. Finally, here are the references that informed my analysis. This includes O. Henry's original text, A Cosmopolite in a Cafe, alongside various scholarly articles on literary criticism and identity theory. These sources helped provide a deeper look at how styles and theme work together to create a lasting message in literature. And that brings us to the end of my presentation, or oral presentation on A Cosmopolite in a Cafe. Thank you all for your time and your attention. Thank you.